Hello everybody, welcome back to the library. My name is Perline, and today we are doing a Honkai Star Rail tier list. I'm caught up in the story to date, so I've met all of these characters, and I honestly love most of them, so I feel like nobody is going to be down in this F tier, but I thought it would be fun to do it anyway. And of course, I will post a full shot of the full tier list once it's done with my webcam out of the way. So, without further ado, I think we might just go down the list. So, first on our list here is Tingyun. I really like her personally. I think she hasn't had a whole lot of time in the spotlight yet as far as story goes, but I really enjoy her. I have her on my main team. I think her buffs are really great. Let's see, where do I want her? I think for now, let's put her in B for now. And these in the tier may or may not be in any particular order. Realistically, I think we're gonna change our mind as things come along, so. Let's see. Let's go Gepard. So Gepard is a character that I think is a good character, but I just don't think he has that much to him. And I don't know if that's just because there's more content coming for him, or if it's because I personally just don't think his bit is that interesting. He gets a little complex when everything with Serval happens, and he kind of has to decide like where his allegiances lie. But I just get it, like, there's nothing wrong with a simple character, right? But I think he's a simpler character. So we're gonna pop him in C for now. C is very much my, like, neutral, I don't have a ton of feelings either way about this character kind of thing. I really don't know that we'll have anyone in D, E, or F, but it's just there for posterity. Let's see. Alright, so... Ooh, well, okay, look, Kafka's going up here. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Like, I know that's, like, the most basic bitch opinion, but Kafka's going up there. Seela's also going up there. I am totally obsessed with both of these characters. I adore them so much. I love Seela's kit. I did not get her in her banner, which was heart-wrenching for me, but I think she's fabulous. I love her. I love her in Bronya, which, speaking of, I think we're gonna put Bronya in A. Because if you watch me finish Belobog on the YouTube video, I genuinely spend like half of the video talking about how much I love Bronya and how proud I am of her. I don't think she trumps like all of these other characters necessarily, but she has such a good plot arc that I just really enjoy her. So there's always that. I don't have a ton of feelings about our Oracle lady here. I think she's cute. I really like her design. She's another character that I feel like we just don't get a lot of in the story so far, so I feel like it's hard to, like, make that judgment call. So there's a few characters like that are tricky in that way. Where's the other one that is like this? This lovely lady here is also gonna go in that tier. Again, just because I feel like we know basically nothing about her. It's hard to make any real judgment on some of them. Actually, you know what we might do? Okay, I've done some chart realignment. We no longer have an F tier because I really truly just don't think I'll use it. Yeah. No, I think this will serve our purposes a bit better. Let's move on to... Okay, actually, you know what I'm gonna do? I feel like I'm gonna catch flack for this. We're moving Gepard to D. Not because I dislike Gepard, because I don't, but because I feel like his character lacks something at this current point in time. I want more from him, because I think the minute they give him more character depth, he's going to get interesting. He just doesn't have any yet. I don't know. Maybe that's a hot take. Maybe I'll get roasted in the comments. I don't know. Isn't that like half the fun of making a tier list? I don't know. Alright. Now, talk about a controversial character. This man right here. Listen, I actually really like Sampo. I actually, he's not quite A tier because I think Bronya is way better than he is, but I like Sampo. I feel like everyone either loves or hates him. I have a love-hate relationship with him, particularly after doing the museum event. No spoilers, of course, just that he's involved. But I don't know. I think he's kind of goofy. I think he's a little bit smarter than people give him credit for, which makes him really fun. I don't know. I like him. I'm also just I'm just a fan of like the dummy man characters sometimes. I think they're hysterical. It maybe makes me like some characters that I wouldn't otherwise, but what are you gonna do, right? So it's alright. Also, Coffin Man also goes in no feelings. Again, I just don't we've seen like 2 seconds of him. I like what I've seen. I don't know, I just feel like we don't have much. I don't know, maybe no, actually, because I do actually like him. I do have some level of feeling, so we'll pop him in C, because I think he's interesting and I think he's fun. This man right here, our man holding down the C tier, he is a fantastic example of a character that we don't know anything about, but that I want to know more about because of the way they've presented him. Yeah, I think that's a great way to put it. I think he's a good character. I think he's going to be really cool. It's just a matter of getting there, you know? So I feel like we have to put our Trailblazers together. I don't know, do we? Do we have to put our Trailblazers together? I feel like we may. I think we'll put them together for the sake of ease, even though I think she's way fucking cooler than he is, personally. We might have to come back to that. I might have to sit on that for a minute, because I really don't know what to do with that, because I think she's cooler than him, even though they're basically the exact same character. Ooh, you know what I have to do that I feel like might get... I have to put Dan in C. I think Dan will end up being a character I like in the long term, but right now I find him just kind of annoying. Like, I feel like he is very logical and very rational, which I think is very needed, especially in a group with March, and I think our Trailblazer's a little chaotic too, so like, having kind of your straight man in the group is really important. But like, I don't know, he doesn't, I don't know. I feel like sometimes he's a bit of a downer when he, like, doesn't need to be. And, like, he's another great case of, I think when we find out what's going on with the Luofu and everything on a more on-depth level, I think I'll understand why he is the way he is better, and maybe that'll move him up. But I don't know. For now, he's just kind of a downer. I don't have a lot of great things to say other than, like, I think his design's cool. I don't think he's a bad character. I don't know. Actually, you know what? I think we might have, well, I don't think we're gonna put him all the way down here because I can tell with his character that we are going to get more. Like, more is coming in the back half of this planet, of this ship's quest, right? So maybe we don't put him all the way in D tier. But I think he definitely stays in C tier for the time being. So, you know who doesn't go in C tier, though? I love the shit out of this man. I'm definitely biased because he's on my team. And he has Big Lightning Man, who does lots of cool follow-up damage.
Radiant Spirit, heed my word. Show no mercy!
But he's just so cool. He's so cool. And I love his voice. I forget his voice actor's name, but his voice actor is stunning. He's just cool. Like, he's another great example of a character of, like, we don't know his backstory. We did see a trailer for him where he was training Ying Chen. And like that was also neat. I don't know. I just think he's really cool. I don't have a ton of basis for it the way I do for Bronya. Ooh, who next? Who next? I feel like we've knocked out a lot of my obvious ones. So hear me out. I want to put Blade really high, but I have absolutely no reason to do that. Blade has been in the game for 5 seconds. But God, he's so neat. I think we're gonna put him here for now, because he gives me good vibes. His design is incredible. He is a design that I feel like you look at his design and Blade has said nothing, but you are immediately intrigued because look at him. How can, like, look at this edgelord and tell me you aren't immediately intrigued. Do I have a bias for edgy characters? Maybe. However, no, I think he's really cool. He's another one that I have a lot of questions for that I don't think we're gonna get immediately, but I kind of consider that a good thing. Don't mind me. My cat just knocked over my backpack that had my fight stick in it. Aslan, I think that's his name. He's another one that I think we're gonna put down here. Not because I think he's, like, bad, but just because I feel like we don't have a lot of substance with him. He's been a sweet boy whenever I've talked to him, but I don't know, maybe I'm missing a quest. I do have a few story and world quests to do, so maybe finishing those will, like, make me like him more. But he's another one that I think just doesn't have a lot of oomph behind him. So it's hard to make a call with him. Where it's just like, I like what I've seen. I just feel like we've seen almost nothing. I don't know. She's kind of the same way, except for I think we've seen a little bit more of her. Like, I feel like I have a better grasp on Asta's character. And maybe that's just because the game gives you her character to play with, like, kit-wise. But I feel like we get more of her more often. I don't know. Okay. So, Clara, I think, is gonna hang out up here for a little bit. Clara's a character who I liked her design. I saw her when the game came out, of course. And then I would do anything for this small child. Right, like, I would do anything for this small child. Every time she calls me big sister, my heart fully melts in my chest. I adore her. I think she's fab. I think she's great. She's so cute. She's so cute. Her relationship with Svalrog, like, humanizes him in such a nice way. I think she's great. I think she makes Svalrog better. I think she like, genuinely, at the risk of sounding whatever, she is not the only thing that makes that section of Belobog's questline good, right? Seele is around and she's doing Seele things. Bronya is learning a lot about the world around her, which I adore. I love a growth plotline. I just think she is such a nice addition to where, like, she really genuinely wants to help you, but is really genuinely worried about, like, Svalrog and all the people that she has come to be sort of pseudo in charge of. And I think it's cool that we don't discount that. Because I think that would be easy to do, right? I think it'd be really easy to be like, oh, you're a child, you don't know anything, blah, blah, blah. And I like that we don't do that. I like that we take her seriously. I like that we care about her thoughts and opinions on things. Like, don't get me wrong, we convince her to help us, but we don't treat her like she's a child, and beyond, like, you know, obviously she's younger. So it's like, I don't know. I feel like I keep saying I don't know when in fact I do. I love this character. I think she's fabulous. I also love that her kit is fully based around Svalrog coming in and saving her ass. I think that's hilarious. Su Sheng. If we want to go right to her, I think she's gonna hang out with these guys. I kind of got to know her a little bit early because I pulled her from the Star Rails, from the Star Rail. Wow. I pulled her early, so I met her before we actually got to the Luofu. I love her attitude. She's really just trying her best. And that's really, I love a character who really is just out here doing their best at all times. I think she's fabulous. On a similar note, but slightly different character vibes, Silverwolf goes an A because first of all, I think she's hilarious. Second of all, I think she's adorable. And also that quest line was pretty fun. We had that event quest where you were dealing with Silverwolf's tracking. And you and Herta were sort of messing with her partially intentionally, partially unintentionally. And she's kind of just a fun, funky little character. I like that she's this partner to Kafka, where I think Kafka is definitely the more like serious, sultry character. I like that we've kind of got this more upbeat, like funky hacker chick. I love that dichotomy. Her effects in battle, by the way, I don't have her. The banner has not been nice to me, but I think she's super fun. I do like that her skill adds the, I believe it's the quantum weakness onto enemies, so then she can hit everything harder. In the long run, I don't know if I'll get her this banner, but I would love to get her and say like Seele on a team together, because then she just gives everyone quantum weakness and then Seele just kills everyone, right? So that would be fun. That's more gameplay over character, of course. But regardless, I think that would be fun. Himiko, of course, goes right up here. Himiko might get moved up to S, I'm not gonna lie. I really love Himiko. She is... we have multiple characters in this game that need more elaboration, and we have multiple characters who really give you who they are without it. And I think Himiko is one of the latter. Where, yeah, I don't know her backstory, but she gives you pretty much everything you need to know about her right off the bat. She's beautiful, of course, design-wise, but she's smart, and she's capable, and she's been a trailblazer for longer than everybody on the ship except for maybe Welt. Welt is also going an A, because I love my grumpy Kane man. He's so fun. He's so kind and kind of grumpy at the same time, which I think is a lovely combination. And y'all know that I love me some goofy men, and he's not like goofy in the way that Sampo is, but he's just out here doing his best. He seems very honest and very kind. And also his kit's very neat. I don't have him. He is one of the standard 5 stars that I would really like to have on my team. Herta, I don't know. She's fine, I guess. She's not a character that I feel like we need more of backstory-wise. She's just a character that I feel like... I feel like she operates the simulated universe and doesn't do much else, you know? Like, she's in quests and stuff. It's not that she does literally nothing, but I don't know. She definitely feels like a character that's created to run this little side part, which is fun, and I appreciate that a lot, actually, because I like when you have characters dedicated to stuff like that. But I don't know. I don't really dislike her. I don't really love her. She's just Herta, you know? Added a couple more. I didn't say much because I don't have a ton to say. I don't have a ton of feelings about her. I think she's fine. I think we'll get more of her. I think I will actually put her here. I get the feeling we'll get more of her down the line, and I think that will make her more interesting. Like, I think she's fine. But you know, Hook is definitely at least in B tier, if not higher. I think Hook is hilarious. I think Hook is adorable. Hook has no right to be as goofy and delightful as she is. She's just so much fun. I think Yang-Chen is a tough one, right? For me, at least. Because I feel like I haven't seen him a ton in the game. I feel like I have a story quest to do with him still, maybe, or a world quest. But he is really neat. He was he was the 5 star that I got guaranteed in the novice banner, or whatever it's called in this game. I get the terms with Genshin mixed up all the time, so bear with me on that. But I like him a lot. I just feel like we haven't seen much of him in story at all, so it's hard to make the, like, character call. Because I feel like we've seen him for, like, 5 seconds. So we'll put him kind of towards the end of B, because I like him, I have more feelings about him, so I don't think I can quite put him in C tier. But I do like him, I think he's fun, I think he's interesting, I don't know. I'm not quite to where I feel like I can make a more definitive call than that on him. I'd love to redo this down the line, by the way, once they've like put more characters into the game and once we've had more story released. I think that'd be really fun. Serval goes in A, absolutely. Serval slaps. I think she's fabulous. She's hysterical. She sticks it to her brother. I'm down at all times for characters like that, and you can't stop me. March. March has grown on me. She was someone I didn't like as much at first. Not because I thought she was annoying necessarily, but just because, like, I always worry when they put in kind of a goofy or dense female character. I worry that they're not gonna make them, like, interesting enough. But I feel like she's got an okay, like, enough things going on that I'm not as worried about that now. Also, her backstory is wild. The fact that they found her in Space Ice and named her March 7th because that's the day that they found her is like a wild, just an absolutely incredibly wild thing that I don't understand at all. But I do like her. I think we're gonna put her top of B if it'll let me move Sampo. So, Natasha gets that sweet, sweet A tier because, dear God, I love this woman. She's so fab. I love her so freaking much. She does so much work on my team. She is such a good support character. She truly just wants what's best for the underworld. She's such a big part of Wildfire. Like, I feel like there's nothing to not love about this character. I think, honestly, if we're trying to do any sort of order here, I think Silverwolf goes here, and I think Nat probably goes above Silverwolf. Maybe. I feel like these two get knocked down just because I've had less character interactions with them than I have with these guys. Except for maybe Genuine, but I have a lot of feelings about him, so, eh. What's a tier list if you don't cause some problems, right? Okay. I've come to a decision. Wait, no, let's do Pela first. Pela I had basically no feelings about until I did the museum event, and now I really like her. I do have her. She's on my character roster. I just haven't used her on a team yet because, dear God, I'm leveling like 5 characters right now, and I really need to not add to that list yet. I can't. It's already almost too much. You feel like I cannot. I can't. No, I like her a lot. I think she's a character that I'd like to see more of. I think we are going to throw her in B tier. Just because, again, I like her, but I feel like we haven't seen as much of her yet. Which, don't get me wrong, I have some higher characters that are also like that. I'd like to see more of her. I'd love to get a, there might be one, so don't quote me. But I would love to get a hangout quest with her and Serval. I think that would be incredible. I would love that. On that note, I think I have made a decision about our little trailblazer people that are behind my webcam that you can't see. I think we're putting Kalis in no feelings, because I truly have no feelings about him. I don't play as him in the game. I have no idea. Something I will ask you guys that you can answer for me in my comments is, who is the technical canon character? So I know in Genshin, we have Aether and Lumine, and I know that Aether is the, like, canon character for Genshin, typically. When you have the main character in Genshin official material, they typically use Aether. Who is it in this game? Is it Kalis or is it Stell? Also, on that note, Stell's going in S tier. I know I keep talking about the Belobog video, but, like, I screamed about this character at the end of the Belobog quest. everything with the God of Preservation, that whole end sequence. I think I genuinely looked straight to camera and said, have you ever seen a cooler main character? And like, you know, there might be an answer to that now that I'm not in the midst of everything. But she's just, I really, really like their main characters this game. As I said, I don't technically have any feelings about Kalis, or I hope I'm saying that right. I don't know. Just literally because I don't play as him, so I'm not gonna make a call on that. I think she's fabulous. I love her design. I really like the voice acting that is done for her. I also just like how sassy the main character is. So that's a whole other thing, of course. But that's the tier list as of now. For posterity, we'll say this is, I don't know when this is gonna come out, but it's being recorded, we'll say like early-ish summer 2023. So I would love to do a tier list of this again down the line. Just to see, just to look at comparisons, to see what changes my mind, who I like best later on. I'll be shocked if this top tier characters go anywhere. I think if anything, some of these guys might move up. I would love to develop more feelings about these characters. I feel so bad putting these boys in D tier. I want more for them so bad, and that's why they're in D tier. I want more for them. I feel like I have nothing to say about them, because not because I like haven't met them or that I don't remember them, but just because I feel like there's not a lot of substance. It's hard to make that call about characters on the Luofu because that plot isn't done yet, but I don't know. Like I said, there's a couple, like, I've seen our small healer lady in one cutscene, so it's hard to have feelings about her. Versus, I feel like we spent an okay amount of time with Gepard, and I feel like we just didn't get a ton with him. I don't know. I'm rambling at this point. So, basically, in an effort to not ramble on forever, I think I am gonna leave it here. I will leave the link to this tier list in the description, so if you would like to do your own tier list and share it with me, you're welcome to tag me on socials, or you can send it to me via our Discord server. Having said that, if you liked this video, obviously the normal outro, please like, comment, subscribe, share it with a friend. Enjoy, please. I would love to hear things you agree with or disagree with in the comments. Kind of the fun of tier lists for me is getting to discuss why people love or don't love characters. So, like I said, I'm gonna get out of here, but we will definitely be doing this again down the line, both for this game, and I'd love to do one for Genshin later on once I'm more caught up with story. But for now, I'll see you around. Around.